Think about an AI gaining conscious is a completely different thing. What is that?
Well, I don't think AI will ever gain consciousness
What do you mean?
because I think what modern science, this is just a working theory that there's no proof of,
Mm-hmm.
that there's matter that generates consciousness. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's something in your body that generates consciousness. I think that if you're looking at the perspective of how your body reacts to different emotions, like if you feel sad, that's a conscious feeling. Like you're feeling sad because of some it's not your body feeling sad, you're feeling sad, but that affects your body in hormonal ways. Your hormones change, your dopamine levels shift, your neuromodulators shift. Your body is clearly affected by what the conscious self is like kind of projecting onto itself. So I
Mm-hmm.
think there's a miss or a bad not a misapproach, but like a wrong approach towards how the body sees the connection between or to how science sees the connection between the body and the consciousness. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that consciousness can never truly be generated by matter. So any AI that we would create will never have consciousness.
Hmm. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like that kind of explanation is just because we haven't discovered, you know,
But what
what.
if the approach is just wrong? What if there's just no way in which the body can generate consciousness? If you ask a scientist to pull up any research that's with any evidence that there's matter like ATP or something that generates our consciousness, there isn't. There isn't a single piece of research, single piece of
Yeah.
evidence.
Okay, couldn't they argue that conscious doesn't even exist? It's just
Then how do we operate?
it's just your brain.
Your brain and what? What operates your brain?
What if your brain is okay? Imagine your brain is just inventing things.
Okay, I'm telling you, you can't argue this
Because
because there's no
everything.
argument.
What?
Science hasn't discovered it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think the approach is just wrong. I think a lot, or if you're looking at a lot of ancient religions, as we were talking about in the last episode, their approach is that consciousness generates the body, and that the consciousness can transcend the body if trained hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're looking into quantum physics, I think quantum physics is getting there. I forget the exact theory name, but there's literally a theory that says that it's like most matter is empty. If you remember in the Oppenheimer thing, when he was picking up his wife, he was saying, she's like, what do you do? What do you research? She's like, quantum physics, and she says, can you explain that? And he says something like, you think all this, or they touch hands, and he's like, you think all this is there. He's talking about matter, and he's saying all this matter is there, but it's actually something like this. He's
What?
saying there's spaces in matter, that matter
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
actually exist,
Okay.
and that the way our consciousness perceives matter is just how it is.
Mm.
Another thing that you can consider is the color that I see to be blue and the color that you see to be blue. What if they're just completely different colors?
Yeah, I know. I've thought about that as well, but that's purely I don't know. That's purely scientific.
It's perception. It's your perception. It's how you understand something.
Yeah, but that's purely scientific.
How so?
That's just based on that's based on light, right? Like light hitting your eyes, and then your eyes. What is it? What's it called? Light scattering, or it's when light scatters. I know this is. I don't remember the exact process in which you view colors, but I know that it's purely. It's explainable why we view things as a certain color, and we have certain theories about light that show us that.
What? The light hits the eye differently? So then are our eyes made up differently?
What? No, no, no. Yeah, but there's because the whole thing about light passing through a prism, and then like I don't remember all the theories at all because we didn't even if you I don't we didn't study this in depth or anything, but we briefly covered it in physics, but not this year physics, but like
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I don't know. We need a science person on the show on the
Yeah, we do.
podcast.
We should. Okay, there's just interpretations of quantum theory, like the von Neumann Wigner interpretation that says that like there is a role of consciousness in matter.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's just people are basing that off of and they're saying then in that case what if our approach to science was wrong the whole time and that it was the opposite way, it was consciousness generates matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why I think that the fear that AI will ever gain consciousness, it's not something that we have to worry about.
Yeah. I don't know, but also science is just one way to understand the world. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, it is.
It's Science is not a truth, you know?
It's not. It's just pattern recognition.
It's just pattern recognition and patterns that work, and we use it to build stuff.
Yeah, actually, we did talk about this, but we talked about this on an episode that had terrible audio, so we never uploaded it. So
Yeah, we did.
we could have this discussion again if
Yeah,
you
but
want.
sure. But the belief is that